And we are also learning more about the man killed in last night's shooting. Friends say he worked as a security guard in Broad Ripple. Our Logan Gay talked with the victim's friend tonight, joins us live right now. And Logan, it is a busy weekend there in Broad Ripple. So what's the safety plan like?
Well, Jenny, IMPD had already planned to step up their presence because of the holiday, so you can see them driving around here. In fact, if you look behind me, you can see an officer just sitting right there in the street. Now, I did talk to customers here, and they said it's been a pretty quiet night, steady, but just less than 24 hours ago, it was a whole different story. In fact, the victim's family and friends say that they are still questioning why this happened.
There's a lot of people out here hurting right now because of, because we lost a great one.
Tim Brown's close friends say they still don't know all the details about what happened before he was shot and killed early Saturday morning. They say he worked security at bars in Broad Ripple, keeping the peace. Now he's a victim of violence.
When I first heard, I already kind of had an intuition as to what would happen, just knowing his character. And I'm certain it was some sort of him trying to de-escalate something.
Nick and Tim have been friends for 20 years. They met through wrestling. Nick says Tim was a Lawrence North graduate, a youth wrestling coach. He was also a proud father to a little girl and a good friend.
Tim lived in thankfulness, and Tim lived in gratitude, and Tim lived in humility, and that's something that we can all use.
Nick says Tim took a security guard position seriously, but also led with his heart.
He was a smaller guy, but everybody that knows him knew that, you don't mess with Tim. Like he packs a punch, extremely soft-spoken. Even when he would raise his voice, it was still, just to those that know him, like, you have to do something really, really wild to get him to raise his voice.
He says this is a loss for the whole community.
It's just a shame. It's a shame on so many levels. It's a shame clearly for his family and for his daughter and for all the kids that have impact and for everybody that was involved.
As they wait for answers, Nick says he's choosing to honor his friend.
We all need some Tim in our life. Everybody that knew him loved him. So.
Again, with St. Patrick's Day coming up, IMPD says they'll do everything within their power to make sure the rest of the weekend is safe, and that includes stepping up patrols. Jenny?
Yeah, we can definitely see a lot of police officers there in Broad Ripple. Hopefully everything does stay safe. Logan, thank you.